Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Neg. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer of the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at your situation here. You say the following is my latest TOEFL score taken in April 2012 in order to be admitted into a PhD program in the University of Chicago or Northwestern University. I do need to improve my TOEFL score to 100 or even higher, and my speaking should be higher than 27. I'd like to know how your program may help me and how long does it take to accomplish it. First of all, congratulations, Neg, on some really strong English proficiency skills already. Also, congratulations on your graduate studies so far and your goal of getting a PhD program at the University of Chicago. So I'm gathering that you probably want to become a professor, right? So, and part of that is because you'll be doing a lot of teaching, you'll be teaching students and things, you definitely want to work on your pronunciation, your fluency of American English. You want to make it easy for people to understand what you're saying, right? Okay, so your question is, how can I help you? So let's take a look at each part of your goals here. So writing, I'm going to write down here, you have 25 speaking, you have 24 listening, you have 23, and reading, you have 20. So let's talk about how I can help you in each of these areas, which is really what your question is, right? Okay, let me go over to my online web page. You've probably read it a little bit, but sometimes it's better to have somebody talk to you directly. Okay, in the writing area, I have about 40 hours of instruction, 40 different hours of either PDF files or videos that will go over all of the independent and integrated writing lessons, first of all. And then I have 10 independent and 10 integrated writing practice tests, and I'm warning you, my integrated writing practice tests are more difficult than the TOEFL. And I will give you feedback. Each time you take a writing practice test, I will give you some written comments. It'll tell you your score, it'll tell you why, and even I'll give you some recommended lessons that you can study to get better. That's how I help you in the writing area. Now, Neg, if I think that you have some problems in either grammar or vocabulary, I will refer you to some of my grammar and vocabulary lessons also. Alright, so that's kind of how I can help you in the writing area. Now, speaking. Unfortunately, your score is around 24 on the speaking right now, which means, from my experience, you probably have some intelligibility issues. And what that means, Neg, is you're having problems with other people understanding what you're saying. So I can help you in really two areas. First of all, the second section of my TOEFL online course is pronunciation. I have 50 hours of instruction to help you with all vowel, all consonant sounds. I can also help you with your syllable division, grammatical word endings. I can help you with your word stress, your sentence rhythm, your tone, your thought groups, and blending. And how do I help you here? Before you start studying my second section, pronunciation, you'll complete a pretest. And in that pretest, I will diagnose what problems you're having with your vowel and your consonant sounds. And then you study those lessons, practice those exercises, and then when you're ready, you'll take the second pretest. In the second pretest, Neg, I will diagnose any problems you're having right now with syllable division, grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and even thought groups and blending. I'll tell you specifically which of these lessons you need to focus on the most to get the improvements you seek. And then when you're ready, you'll take a post-test, a final test. And in the post-test, I will go over all of the lessons from the whole section of my pronunciation. I'll make any last-minute recommendations of any other lessons you need to review before improving your intelligibility. So if you're scoring around 24 right now, you do need to make some improvements with your delivery parts of your TOEFL speaking before you can get better. Okay, now let's talk about speaking. In the speaking section of my course, NEG, I have 14 hours of instruction. I also have 30 independent and 20 integrated practice tests that you can take. Each time, I will actually listen, evaluate, and make audio comments on every speaking practice test that you take. Even if you go to my homepage for my online TOEFL course at Better TOEFL Scores, you can go to the Voxy Pop discussion group. You can click on the link, and it will show you how it works. But I do talk to you when you're doing your practice test. I will encourage you. I will show you what's going on, what's wrong, how you can get better in terms of your delivery, your grammar, your language use, and also your topic development. Now, as you're working on those practice tests, again, I may refer you to either listening or reading or grammar, even pronunciation or even vocabulary parts of my course, because remember, speaking with the integrated tasks, you do have to listen and you also have to read, and you have to be pretty good at organizing that information in terms of answering those tasks. So that's how I can help you in the speaking area, Nick. Okay, listening. How can I help you in the listening area? And right now you're at 23. You would probably, I'm guessing, would like to get 2 or 3 points higher than what you're doing right now. Am I right? Okay, here's how I can help you in the listening area. In the listening part of my course, I have 15 hours of instruction to help you get used to the different strategies and the things that you need to employ during the listening section. I also have about 40 different practice tests with 240 questions to get you used to academic type content. So all of your listening practice tests are computer scored, so you can get your feedback very quickly. And that's how I can help you in that area. Reading. Reading is your weakest area. You got to work on this one. So again, your question for me is, how can I help you in the reading area? Which is a really good question. Okay, let's talk about what it takes to improve reading. And the first suggestion is, there's really 4 basic things that you want to do, Neg, to improve your reading. Let me go over all 4 of them briefly, and then I'll talk about how my course helps you in each area. Number 1, you need to practice reading extensively, about 45 minutes every day for several months. I know it's boring, but it's important. You want to read newspapers, magazines, and textbooks. Even longer novels, things like that. Not necessarily textbooks. Nobody's going to read a textbook. That's too boring. But magazines, newspapers, and novels are very, very important. You want to read about 45 minutes every day. Now, my online course does not provide these reading materials. You want to get magazines, newspapers, and books. You can find these things either in supermarkets. You can find these things in bookstores. You do that on your own. Now, the next 3 things my course can help you with: you need to build your vocabulary. Number 2, you need to be familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading question types, and you also need to improve your reading speed to at least 300 words a minute. In my vocabulary section, I have 20 hours of instruction with about 2,700 questions to help you learn 1,700 TOEFL words. All of your quizzes are computer scored. You can get your results instantly. This is, Neg, the most important area of your TOEFL. You really need to build your vocabulary. This is important for your reading. Okay, now let's go into the reading section. In the reading section of my course, as you know, I will get you used to the TOEFL IBT reading question types. You can understand what the questions are and the strategies for answering each of those question types. Also, in my reading section, I have speed reading tests to improve your reading speed of academic materials from 100 to 350 words a minute. You can read faster with better concentration and better comprehension. Did you know, Neg, that slower readers have poor concentration and their comprehension is not as good as faster readers? Why is that? Think about it for a minute. If you're reading slower, you're distracted more. If you have more distractions, you're not going to remember as much as what you read. So in my reading part of my course, I do have 20 hours of instruction. I have over 500 different questions, and all of your speed reading tests are computer scored. Your goal is to improve your reading speed to about 300 words a minute. So to conclude, to improve your reading speed, you need to read extensively, build your vocabulary, be familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading question types, and you need to improve your reading speed. These are 4 important areas. So going back to your email, I think I've taken some time right now and I've talked about how I can improve your writing, your speaking, your listening, and your reading scores. I've talked about the different lessons I have at my online TOEFL course to help you in all those areas. The question is, are you ready to work hard? Because that's what you got to do here. I got a plan for you. The question is, are you willing to put in the time to make it happen? Anyway, thank you very much for contacting me, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success. Honestly, I really hope that you can reach your goal of scoring higher than 100.